top favorite is a movie that I have gotten so much inspiration from fashion.
I'm so
to
curious.
Life goals and ambitions, which is strange once you find out what it is, to my favorite women of all time actresses, to
oh my god,
like my whole life mapped out in this direction. Witches of Eastwick.
oh my god, I didn't even think about that.
Yes!
Another one I was thinking was Practical Magic.
I love Practical Magic too. Finding this, by the way, was
difficult?
No, it was like $6.99 on Amazon, like maybe last year, and I was like, fine.
I did like this movie, but I decided not to add it in my top pick.
Why?
No, not Witches of Eastwick, the Practical Magic.
But why?
Because, I don't know, besides the fact that the storyline was obviously predictable and yada yada.
Who cares?
This character, Nicole Kidman's character, just annoyed the shit out of me. I'm like, get over it. Stop being rebellious. You're an old ass bitch. Like, I'm sorry. I'll cut
We
that
are
out.
not old.
No, but I just mean she acts like a 15-year-old rebellious.
Well, but
get
that's the whole thing.
Yeah, but I'm like, but they're like adult women.
Do you know what I like the best about that movie? And I was gonna say Practical Magic too. Do you know what I love the best?
What?
I don't like them. I like the sisters, their aunts.
I do.
Diane Weiss and Stockard Channing.
do. I went to do the
they all
ritual in
get
the kitchen.
and they all
Okay,
sleep. Oh my god!
that-
and everyone brings the brooms. Guys, I'm gonna cry. You know what I love more than anything?
What?
Stories about people coming together. Practical Magic has lots of stuff I really love. Autumn is one of the things that it has, because it is set in a seaside northeastern town.
Oh yes, yes, I remember. Very beautiful.
Very beautiful. The
Okay.
seasons changing and all that. I mean,
I'll give it to them.
that to me, that's my emotional. That's where I would ask me where I want to live. That's where I buy a lighthouse where the seasons change on a cliff in the northeast. I swear I have it
That's beautiful.
in my mind.
Tell me about this movie. I know I'm gonna look like a total idiot right now.
Oh, which is
I feel like I saw it when I was really young, and
You
then
may
just
have.
like deleted it. And I don't even remember.
you may have. It's based on a
snippets.
novel. The book is a little. I don't know. I don't want to say less witchy. It is witchy though. The movie is it's three women who are friends and couldn't be any more different in the way that they look. So you've got Michelle Pfeiffer, who's the blonde, and you've got Cher, who's this big, brash brunette, and you've got a kind of, at first, well, Michelle Pfeiffer's like really mousy, and then you've got Susan Sarandon, like hot, sexy Susan Sarandon with the red hair. They're all of these women who are just in the point in their lives when they're just unhappy with things. They're just everything every day is the same old, same old. They've got kids, they were left by their husbands or whatever. They make a spell for this perfect guy, and they put it all together.
I remember this now.
Who is the perfect guy? Jack Nicholson, who's playing like the devil, essentially.
I don't know about that.
And they're in a polyamorous relationship for a while, and it's super awesome, hedonistic, perfect, and then it's just not anymore. And it is funny, it's satirical. I mean, it's about gender, like all things about witches, I think, when it's, satirical. It's about gender, it's about, sexuality, it's about what makes you sexy and what makes you powerful as a woman.
Goal for this month is I'm going to go back and I'm going to watch this movie.
Oh, totally, I'll lend it to you right now. I love this movie.
Another number one.
And
Wow,
this was
Chrissy's
on
got some
TV.
good
I
ones, guys.
love Bell, Book, and Candle.
Oh.
You guys, it's another book turned movie. Old school people. I mean, it's in color, but people will say this is an old movie. It totally is.
Wow, that's really cool. I didn't think that you would.
Yes, I love Kim Novak, Jimmy Stewart, Pie Wacket the cat, a young
Pie Wacket?
Her cat's named Pie Wacket, and I encourage you all to go Wikipedia Pie Wacket and find out why the cat, her familiar, is named Pie Wacket. It's great. They go to jazz clubs at nighttime, but those jazz clubs are like secret, like secret clubs that nobody knows about, and it's because it's all witches living in the big city, right under in this like quiet, subtle undercurrent of the city. Yes, it's amazing.
Number 2, I have to see.
Oh yeah, and everything that Kim Novak wears, by the way, needs to. I need to have an occasion.
Body.
I need to have an occasion wear that.
So Chrissy rated number 3.
Yes.
What's your third pick?
Well, I love, and I mean, I have a used, you know, a Blockbuster when they were closing.
Bringing it back. Bringing it back. Did you see the case on that right now?
But it is on Netflix, and that is The Gift. Kate Blanchett, Keanu Reeves is in it, Giovanni Ribisi is in it, Greg Kinnear is in it. But it's Kate Blanchett, and she plays a southern small town psychic, I guess, who reads cards, and that's how she makes her money. And that's the first movie. That's the first time my significant other and I hung out years and years ago.
Ooh.
Which is why a friend of ours sent me this as a gift for us. Season of the Witch. Yeah, full of cage rage. I call this movie Monty Python's Holy Grail, like the worst version of it possible. There are scenes where they're telling you where they are. Like, I don't need to know that. Like, why do I care that they're climbing a mountain in some made up land? And it looks like they should be, you know, with the coconut.
Yes.
It looks like they should be like that. It's the most awful movie. And by the way, do you want to know what the big baddie in this movie is? Reveal?
What?
Censorship.
What?
What does that have to do anything with Season of Witches? I don't know. And what it does is it perverts one of my favorite songs of all time is Donovan's Season of the Witch. And a witchy song. We were going to talk about witchy artists, musical artists. There you go. Season of the Witch is one of my favorite songs. And of course he ruins that. Wicker Man is another one about pagan religions, and he ruined that one too.
Oh God. Can you look at how bad his hair is?
Oh, his hair is a whole other world of bad in this movie.
That?
You know, this man, there are scenes, and you know, I was so happy when I found out that the internet loves Nicolas Cage. Yeah, you know, it's like this whole movie, I was so happy.
Yes.
Well, there are scenes, this movie is by far one of his worst, and he has made fantastically bad movies.
Oof. So I guess that wraps up the movie section.
Yeah.
Top witchy artists, musical artists.
Well, Stevie.
I mean, that's my boo. But that's my girl. Not just that too, but actually Heart too. I really like Heart, even though that's not necessarily like a witchy band, but I do feel they have some songs that lend themselves totally to that vibe.
Like Magic Man?
Yes. So, for example, right, so a lot of times I'll combo Magic Man in with my Stevie Nicks Fleetwood witchy feeling, and then it'll be like this Heart and Fleetwood like love connection, and it's magical.
I have playlists for the Incarnate books though, and they're filled with what I think are witchy. I mean, well, it's witchy to me, like Dead Meadow. It's stoner rock, but I think it's really witchy.
No,
I
for
actually
sure.
think
it's very like ritualistic sounding.
Oh,
you
for
know?
sure.
That's what it is. It gets you into that zone.
I think I know Queens of the Stone Age is like desert rock, but for me, I mean, they are a super witchy band.
You know, actually, Ghost, or now they're called Ghost BC. I know it's very kind of like satanic, I guess, Lucifer based.
But Lucifer based would be what I would call them.
But still, when I'm working and I play it, it just puts me into a zone where I just feel almost like when I'm tattooing, like I'm like conjuring crazy things. It puts me into that world, and that's really like at the end of the day, you know, that's what I'm looking for. That's what I want.
Well, I listen to a lot of like Cambodian 60s surf rock, and who knew? And I had to tell you, I got into it, and this is going to be a throwback. In the second episode or first episode of True Blood, the show, there's a part where Bill is driving Sookie to the first time that she goes to Eric's club. And in the car, he's listening to something, and she goes, "So, like, what is this?" And he says, "This is like traditional Cambodian something or other, Cambodian music," and it's actually Dengue Fever, which is you need to check out their album Enter the Dragon House.
This sounds like
1,000 Tears of a Tarantula is like
this sounds
the witchiest song ever.
I didn't even know this existed.
Yes.
And I legitimately am gonna look this up.
You should. Oh, I have all Dengue Fever. This week, not last week, I went to see a movie with Roy. I think we should talk about this for just a smidge, because it is the best soundtrack and score, best goth soundtrack ever, best score of the year. And I'm a big nerd for film scores.
What is it?
It is called The Guest. It is what I would call.
It's a horror movie?
It's what I would call a mashup between Cabin in the Woods.
I'm really so curious right now.
Drive, and Hannah. And the music for this movie, I am encouraging everybody to go out and buy the score. It is starring Downton Abbey, spoiler, Matthew Crawley, R.I.P. And in a very non-Matthew Crawley role, by the way, so good. And then you've got the best goth soundtrack I have ever heard in a movie. I mean, at work now, all I'm listening to.
This is just Christy all day at work. It's like, hi guys, welcome.
What?
I'm very busy.
What? Is Peter Murphy here? Then I don't have time for you. Then I don't have time for you.
That's amazing. Okay, so the next section here in this video is going to be witchy television. I feel like a lot of the really good witchy stuff was years ago, like when I was in high school. It's like 10 years ago.
Inaccurate. So I was telling Pook about this, and I don't know how many of you guys out there are aware of this amazing show that could have been amazing and got cut off after one season. It was really, really awful.
That was like an aggressive cut.
It's called The Secret Circle, and it was on the CW. I think in this era of Vampire Diaries, which was great for like, I don't even know, like 7 seasons, it was great. And they were like, well, we got to capitalize on some of the stuff people really like from Vampire Diaries. And one of those things was the witches. It was so freaking good. And then I get to the last episode and I'm like, why is there no more of this? Yet a show like
worst.
Beauty and the Beast. And let me tell you, I've got passionate hatred for that show that we could talk about on a whole other level, on a whole nother video, right? Well, we've got good stuff though. There was that, and now there's that show, Witches of East End,
which I have not watched either, but I've seen it's gotten a little popular. I've noticed it just hadn't caught my attention, but now I think like I might actually go back and take a look at it.
Well, I was gonna read the books that it's based on because I so enjoyed the first season, and then I read like a spoiler of, and I hate spoilers, but I read a spoiler of what ends up happening, and they tie it into, I don't want to say, I'll just say like they tied into a mythology that I didn't really think was necessary. I prefer my witches to just be witchy. But I'm really excited about the show. The show is really good. Like it was really entertaining.
And where do I see that?
I saw it on, it's on Lifetime, which I don't have. So I waited, I saw it on Netflix or Hulu. One of the two has the first season on there, yeah.
And of course, I mean, it would not be a Coven Cast video without, let's throw some good, wholesome, geeky things in here. The best witchy, in my opinion, shows ever. The trifecta. You got the Charm, the Buffy, the Angel. Do you remember those times?
Praise Jesus. Praise Joss. Praise Joss.
I remember being in high school and getting the trifecta and being able to like come home, and that night after school I would get all my fix. Like I know Angel came like a little later or whatever, but for sure Charmed and Buffy, I don't know if they were back to back, but I remember them being like,
I don't know. I didn't watch Charmed, and to be quite honest, until I was much older and they show them on, they like do reruns in syndication, and I watch them and I enjoy them, but I don't follow them as much.
I've seen every episode, and honestly I've run through that series several times because I saw it when it was live on TV, and then like she said, there's reruns all the time, so every time it's on TV I'm watching it. If you guys have any questions, once again, on any of the topics we've discussed today, or if there are any awesome witchy books, movies, artists, anything that you feel that we did not mention and they are way too awesome to not mention, please put it in the comments below. We're always on the hunt for new witchy stuff, so let us know.
Yeah. So, Coven Cast,
till next time.